Patricia, whenever you're ready.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Slominski, for that wonderful introduction. And this is very exciting. And as Nora indicated, this next session is really an exceptional one. And we are so very fortunate to have with us Osei Helper, who is an exciting young artist and certainly a very exciting addition to the ITPS conference program. Osei's Whole Lotta Paine gives life to some of Thomas Paine's work and life, inspired by his participation in the Gilder Lehrman Hamilton-inspired musical education program. This work reflects Osei's research and creativity. Thank you so much for being with us, Osei. I'd also like to thank a few people before we get started with the actual performance. The Robert David Lyon Gardner Foundation for their support of this conference. In particular, I would like to thank Catherine Curran, the Executive Director for Gardner, for connecting us with Suzanne Zuckerman, the Director of Development at the Gilder Lehrman Institute and Hamilton Education Program. Many thanks to Suzanne, as well as to Leslie Keaton, also of Gilder Lehrman. Finally, we'd like to thank Jamie Helper, Osei's mom, and Daniel Smith, Osei's music teacher, for their assistance and support of Osei. We welcome Osei and a whole lot of pain.
All right, thank you. So I guess now is as good time as any to just start. First. Thomas Paine. Let me tell you a story about a man named Thomas Paine. He wrote a few pamphlets and made a claim to fame. Though he was born in England and dripped blood ran through his veins, he fought for freedom. On American plains, 1730, a legend was born, and he worked his way up the business food chain. He became an excise officer, but his experience left a bad taste and bitter stain. His pay was not the greatest, so he was in a protest. Later he met Ben Franklin, who had something to suggest. Bro, you should go to the Americas, is what it probably said. Some man's moved to Philadelphia, but then the revolution started. T-Paine's rise to fame led to common sense, which rearranged the game. Common sense fueled the American Revolution. It tried to come up with a solution. It was an aim to flame the monarchy of Britain, free America from English reign. My boy T-Paine became the secretary of the Congressional Affair. But little did he know, it would all go downhill from there. He was fired after he let some confidential info slip from a new pamphlet, but this is not the end of it. He moved back to England and denounced Christianity. A decision on Osei makes you question his sanity. He died at 72, just of old age, and on his last pamphlet, we close the final page. The death of Thomas Paine. He lost a great name, but in the end, he only had himself to blame. So if you ever have a choice, and the situation's tense, do what T-Paine couldn't, and use some common sense. Thank you. That's my performance of Whole Lotta Paine.
That was awesome, Osei.
Thank you.
All right, so if you don't mind, Osei, would it be okay if we ask a few questions? I know there's some in the audience I think Dr. Crowder is going to field, but I just want to ask one to start. What was your inspiration? What was the process that you went through to come up with this really unique and awesome rap?
Well, as for inspiration, I didn't really have too much to inspire me to write about Thomas Paine. When the whole project started, my band teacher, Mr. Smith, handed all the students a piece of paper with a bunch of different topics that we could write about or perform about or do whatever in order to enter the contest. And I just saw Thomas Paine, and I already knew I wanted to do kind of like a rap thing. And I saw Thomas Paine and the connection to T-Paine and just gave me a good base to start off with. And I talked with my friend Jasper about it, and from there we just went on. I had Jasper do a bunch of research about Thomas Paine, and he laid it out pretty cool on this piece of paper by chronological order, a lot of good details about it, and from which I based all of my lyrics off of. And also he did something which I didn't ask for. He put a bunch of words that rhymed with pain on the paper, and it actually helped quite a bit in the production.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Thank you, Osei.
No problem.
All right, so Dr. Crowder, you want to follow up with some additional queries or turn it over to the audience?
I think, yeah, I would. Thank you so much, Osei. That's amazing. I can't get over how close it is to Paine's life, but how much of today that it is, how much it is about 2020. I just think it's incredible. I have one question, if you don't mind, Osei, and then if the audience has some, I'll ask them on their behalf. But in the course of doing your research, you and Jasper, and then producing and creating this, can you tell us, is there like one sort of detail or one fact about Paine that you learned in the course of doing this that really kind of jumped out to you, something that made you kind of like him, even if you didn't know that much about him before you started this project?
Yeah, something that jumped out to me about Thomas Paine was kind of how, even though he was like from England and everything, he still fought really hard for like American independence, and that was pretty cool. I never really knew much about Thomas Paine at all. I was like coming into this completely devoid of knowledge about Thomas Paine, and I kind of grew kind of like a connection with him through the process of this. And I probably know more about Thomas Paine than most other historical figures. I couldn't even tell you when George Washington was born, but I could tell you when Thomas Paine was.
I can tell you that if we could bring Thomas Paine to 2020, he would love this. He would love your performance. So thank you. We do have a question for you, if you don't mind. It's from Jessica Linker. And Jessica asks, or she says, first, I really loved your performance, Osei. And she wants to know, are you going to be continuing to compose historical rap? And if you are, do you have any ideas about who you might want to tackle next?
I actually didn't really think about composing too much historical rap, but this was something that was a really fun project for me. So yeah, definitely in the future, that would be something I would feel pretty interested in doing. And I was thinking maybe not just like keeping it like within the realms of where Hamilton was based off of. I could do like raps about like places all across the world. So I don't necessarily have any people in mind, but yeah, definitely expect some more historical rap from Osei Helper.
Well, we'll absolutely look for it. We'll be happy when you produce more. Are there any other audience questions? You may type them in the Q&A, and I think one just came up, or in the chat function. And John Winters asks about the inspiration of the background in particular. Can you tell us a little bit about that creative process?
Oh yeah, totally. So after me and my friend Jasper, not only did I record it, but then I had the idea of making a music video to go along with it, because I had never done a music video or anything before, and it seemed like a pretty fun little creative project. Me and my friend Jasper have filmed a bunch of short films and videos together, but this is something new to tackle, and we thought we could bring like a fun comedic aspect to it. So like I went over to his house, and we kind of like, I never really write scripts for my videos, which is something I should probably start doing more of. But we didn't like write a script or anything, but we just kind of thought about the best imagery that would go along with the words and stuff that we could do. Came up with the idea of like printing out images of their faces and putting them on ours, especially like Brandon stuff. So yeah, basically
it's fun to see his face, in the background kind of floating around. I think he would love that, actually. I really do. Another question from Mr. Smith. He asks, did you feel that the use of art and music, I'll add, helped inspire you to research, maybe more than other, maybe kind of more traditional research projects like writing a paper or something like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because usually when I'm like doing research for like a paper or something, I'm trying to figure out just what I can to not only basically just like meet the requirements of the paper, but to kind of like impress my teacher, professor, or whatever with some cool facts. But with art and drawing historical things to form art, it's like a whole different aspect, because not only do you want to find out a good amount of information to inform people with, but you want to find stuff that like you can kind of connect to personally, because like a personal connection with your art, like any art form, the artist always has a personal connection with. So like really digging down and finding stuff that you can connect with to another historical event or figure is definitely like something different than what I would do for like a normal research project.
So it makes it feel more alive. And in this case, it makes history feel more alive to you, right? If you're sort of translating into the mediums of today. That's really exciting. We have one final question, and I have to admit, I was wondering myself. So this is Sheila Arnold is asking, is there any meaning behind the shot with the boxed water and the can of, was it black cherry seltzer?
Yeah, there is actually. Funny part is, I'd never known about boxed water before, but my friend Jasper, once he came to school and like had a carton of boxed water, and like I read it, and like on the carton it said boxed water is better, because like and I didn't do too much research about it, but it seemed like I guess like you use recycling to like make the boxes, then you recycle the boxes, so I guess it'd be better for the environment. So I know it's not too obvious like right now since I'm standing in front of the video performance, but you can see on the carton it says boxed water is better. So we kind of use that as like use common sense. So like he smacked away the can and took the boxed water. Because boxed water is better.
That's there it is.
Oh yeah, because it's mirrored. It's mirrored, so it's not that obvious. But yeah, it's in boxed water. That's why.
That's great. That's great. There's a question, Osei, from somebody streaming live on YouTube. It's from Joanna Hartel, so thank you, Joanna. Is there any way that we could get the lyrics?
Oh, the lyrics? Sure. Yeah, I definitely. I can
You
get.
can maybe provide them to one of us, and we can post them on our website or something. But
Yeah.
they're so perfect for not just describing Paine in his life, but for really encapsulating why he was so important to American independence. I think we'd all love to read them if you don't mind.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. After this, I'll get on it. I'll get the lyrics typed up for you. If I don't already have them typed up somewhere on my computer, I can get those sent to you. You can post them for everyone to see.
Thank you. We have time, I think, for maybe one more question. And this is from Latasha Diggs. It's a good question. Why why do you step on the map in the video?
Why did I step on the map in the video?
Map.
I think that was like the scene because this is the music video, so the music goes along and the lyrics go along with what's happening in the video. If I can't really remember the scene so well, I step on the map in the video. That's probably because he was kind of Thomas Paine was like fighting against Britain, so he like stepped on the map as a way to like represent like his disdain against Britain and like fighting against them.
And he did that figuratively. He stepped on the map of Great Britain. So that's a good point. That's a nice little visual. I think we have time for. Is there one more question? Yes, there's one in the Q&A. So just one second. All right. The performance we will have a recording of, so that we can provide. Absolutely. And I think are there any more questions? Well, I think we're all set. I have so many questions that I could ask you about Thomas Paine, but I'm not going to bore you. But I just want to say thank you so much, Osei, for performing here for us. Thank you for putting together, first of all, this amazing song, and thank Jasper too for collaborating with you. And we all loved it so much, and we really look forward to seeing more from you. And as Jessica Linker asked. If you, or she has one more question. Jessica Linker does. Is there do you mind is there a favorite Thomas Paine fact that you have?
Favorite Thomas Paine fact? Maybe I find it kind of ironic, him going back to Britain and denouncing Christianity. It's kind of my favorite because of the irony of it. And like how it seemed like such kind of like a foolish idea, like to do that, especially because he was such an important figure, and then to do that, kind of like step on the majority of people's beliefs like that. So
it certainly got him in a lot of hot water.
Yeah,
I'll say that much. Jessica says this is a fun one. Her favorite fact about Paine is that he once designed a giant crossbow to shoot at during the Revolution. All kinds of fun facts about Paine. Thank you, Jessica. Well, thank you so much again, Osei, for your time today, and thank you for bringing this wonderful piece of work to us and giving us a context, the way to understand Thomas Paine that's just different from reading about him and reading things like Common Sense or reading textbooks or other books about this time period. It really, I think, gives us a new perspective on him. And for that, we really, really appreciate you, and we appreciate you being with us today.
All right. Before I go, can I just give a couple special thanks?
Sure, of course.
Absolutely.
One, I want to thank my best bud Jasper. Thanks for working on this with me. I know we never thought it was going to be such a big thing. It turned out to be way more than it was, because I never thought this was going to get chosen for anything. It was just a fun little project that we worked on together. So yeah, thanks, Jasper. Also, I want to give big thanks to my band teacher, Mr. Smith. I really couldn't have done any of this without you. Just everything that you did, I really appreciate it. With submitting my work and just the whole Hamilton experience too, being able to go and perform on stage and actually see Hamilton live. It was such a great experience. Thank you for that, Mr. Smith. And also not only that, but helping me through this process and everything, and just staying with me there right until the end. So I also want to thank you guys here for hosting this and seeing my performance and thinking, yeah, that let's have this kid perform for our conference. So thank you for that. So probably the biggest thanks, last one, I want to thank my mom. She's she's been here from the beginning, and she's always supported me. She supported me so much, and I just I don't know, I can't thank her enough. Even here right now, she's here helping me. If you want to.
Hi. Tech support today. Thanks for having him.
And thanks to everyone watching, everyone that tuned in to watch this, not only here but on YouTube. I don't know how many people are watching on YouTube right now, but thanks for all that. It's been a really fun experience, and I hope I can, that one of the first questions, keep doing more historical rap, keep you guys interested. So yeah, so thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna be keeping an eye out for you moving forward, certainly. So thank you very much, Osei.
No problem.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. We're going to stop recording now, and we're going to stop the YouTube stream as well. And thank you all so much. Thank you, Osei. That was brilliant. I just want to be able to be when you're selling out concert stadiums or whatever it is, I want you to know that now.
Thanks, Osei, so much.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you guys.